Since 2009, Southeastern Automotive Group has been buying for and selling to most of the franchise dealerships in the area. What if you were able to bypass the big dealerships with the big markups? Buy direct from the supplier. Save thousands of dollars on your next vehicle purchase. Have a trade-in? No problem. With used vehicles in such high demand, Southeastern Automotive Group has dealers ready to buy your trade. If Southeastern Automotive Group doesn't have the perfect vehicle for you, using their vehicle locator program, they will have it shipped in without any hassle or haggling you hate. With over hundreds of thousands of cars available at auctions across the nation, your next vehicle purchase is just a click away. ESP Specialist in Fabrication is located at 169 Little Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation has been providing quality electric service at a competitive price to residential, commercial, and industrial customers in southeast Georgia and northeast Florida since 1939. For tips and advice on how to save electricity and stretch your energy dollars, call 1-800-262-5131 and speak to your marketing representative. We are a cooperative owned by those we serve.
Good evening and welcome to the Coach Mack Show. I'm Adam Bill for Charlton Sportsnet along with head coach Rich McCord of the Charlton County Indians. Coach, last Friday night was rec night, youth night, big crowd here. Kids from down here all the way up out there. It was a great night for some football Friday night against Turner County.
Yeah, it really was. It's always, rec night's always one of my favorite nights to get to see the young kids and really get to tell the rec coaches how much we appreciate what they do, the time they spend with them. Because we know that it's tough, and a lot of times a lot of these kids don't have anybody that's going to spend that time with them. And these rec coaches, I really appreciate the job that they do, not just with football but all other sports. And a bunch of kids out there, a bunch of girls too, cheerleaders, and even saw a couple girl football players.
I think so.
So it was exciting to see all those kids out there, and it was a great night for football.
It was a great night. I tape delayed the walkthrough this year and played it back at halftime. That way everybody could get to see, because a lot of times people don't log on early. Mm-hmm. And we replayed the walkthrough at the half, and that's awesome to see, because those kids were the rec kids.
Yeah, talking to our players, I said, I asked them, I said, how many of you guys remember when the Indians came walking through and shook your hand and all that, and they all remembered that, and it left an impression on them, and it's a lot of fun to see those little guys, eyes light up when the big football players come walking by and shake their hands. So it was a good time, and capped off with a good football game, good region win. So it was a great night all the way around.
It was a lot of fun, and we started off, just jumped on Turner and never let off the gas. It was a great offensive effort and another great defensive effort. I thought what stood out really big, and we'll have highlights coming up, it was actually on a run that got called back, a flag, but the hole the offensive line made for Raquan there on that touchdown that got called back. I mean, I probably could have ran through that, Coach. It was a nice hole. Yeah,
we talked last week and before how we thought our offensive line was getting better, and we think it's a group by the end of the year, hopefully, maybe if we're in the playoffs, that can be a good group. But they're getting better each and every week, and so we're pleased with the progress of the offensive line, and there's still a lot of things we're still trying to get right as far as the skilled positions in running our offense. But offensively, Raquan had 12 carries for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then also Raquan had two touchdown passes, and that was for 80 yards. So again, we're doing a lot of different things offensively. We're trying to really find something to hang our hat on, trying some new things. But Saquon Clark has come up big for us at wide receiver. He's our leading wide receiver this year, and he's having a really, really good year on both sides of the ball. Saquon had 5 catches for 47 yards and one of the touchdowns, and then Keyshawn Williamson, one of our seniors, had a nice catch on a post pattern for 20 yards and a touchdown. So offensively, we'd like to I think we're a little bit more accustomed to more yards and more productivity, but we're just having to get it in different ways, and I think we're getting better, and hopefully we can take even another stride this week.
I think this year you're actually getting, and it may be by design or just the way, the personnel changes, but you're actually getting more balance this year.
I think we are. A lot of people are getting a lot of good runs. Michael Elliott, 55 yards, on the ground with a touchdown, and so it's. Yeah, you're right. We're doing a lot of different things. A lot of people are touching the football during the course of the game, and that's really what, by design, is what we've got to do to get the ball down the field.
Well, you talk about Michael Elliott. He runs so hard.
He does run hard, and Mike, Michael was a guy that he thought he was a little bit more of a finesse runner or change of direction runner, and we had to convince him that you're really not.
It's a power man.
If you will just lower your shoulder and run as hard as you can, you're going to get positive yards every time. And I think once he saw himself doing that and felt it and realized it, then he started doing that and really did he's really our best running back right now is Michael Elliott.
Yeah, and you got that nice combination back there with the power running of Michael. And then you come with those light fast back, I don't know, what do you call them, tailback? Yeah. With Austin and Tony.
That's right. Both those guys are smaller. They still run hard, but right now our best back without a doubt is Michael Elliott, and he's really picking up steam on both sides of the football, and really pleased with the job he's doing.
Yeah, he had a big night at linebacker too. He had some huge hits.
He did. He finished the night, I think, with he led the team in tackles. He had 7 tackles and he had 1 sack. So yeah, he was all over the place and did a great job. And he's steadily each and every week getting more and more. Maybe just playing better every week. I think some of these guys, and Michael included, got off to a slow start. But I think now they're getting focused in and playing a lot better.
And that's actually where you want them to peak at, or not peak, but to getting better and advancing is going toward the postseason.
You're exactly right. We've had years in the past where maybe a year wasn't as good a year as we felt like it should have been, and that was the thing that wasn't happening, was us getting better each and every week. It seemed like we'd take a step back and wasn't getting better, and but thus far, I think we're getting a little better each and every week. Now, it's been a little slower than we like, but I think it's happening.
Yeah, as long as we peak at the right time,
yeah.
Coach. We've got some highlights coming up. Coach, I had to screen grab these, so the quality might not be quite what we're used to. But this first one is, I believe this is Michael Elliott's first touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Great job by Raekwon handling the snap, and right here, Michael just he's a strong guy. He's really a hard weight room worker, and really just took the thing and pretty good block there by our left tackle, and Meiji Wright. Good tackle, good block by him, and resulted in a great play.
This next one, Coach, is, here we go. That's Raekwon's run. I caught the tail end of that one.
Yeah, I don't know if we were running speed option there. Yeah, exactly what it was. It was speed option. He did a great job just trying to get the end to commit, right there, and one guy, broke on the pitch, and he took it off that guy and did a great job. And that's a great play for him.
All right, this next one, Coach, I believe this is that pass play to Keyshawn Williams, the third touchdown. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, right here you'll see at the bottom, Saquon runs an out route. He has a chance to get the ball on a quick out right here, but I think the defensive end really took that passing lane away from us by his rush. So right away, Raekwon's eyes went downfield to his second read and put it right on him. It's great execution of the play by Raekwon and great job by Keyshawn.
So that was his second read on that?
Yeah, that was probably his second person right there. He probably wants to go to the back running the out, or to the motion man running the out. But again, you see the defensive end gets such a hard rush upfield, and he's right in the passing lane of it. So Raekwon comes off it real quick and goes right to Keyshawn for the touchdown.
Okay, I see what you're saying with Michael coming across here.
Yeah.
Like that into the flat. He got picked up, and Raekwon goes deep. All right, this next one is I'll skip one. Yeah, I skipped one. Here's the touchdown run from a punt. This is what I was talking about with the offensive line earlier.
Yeah, the offensive line got a really good knockoff, got them off the line of scrimmage, and great job of them. We got, play action. It's a trap play, trapping the end man line of scrimmage, and just coming off that. It's really a great job. I think number 76 right there, Grayson Carter, comes down and gets the end. I think we might have had a little, not blocking it quite right. We're still doing. We're having a lot of times we're getting to the wrong guy in our blocking scheme, but that's getting better every week.
Well, that one worked out.
Yeah, that one worked out.
This last one, Coach, is Saquon. And this was a nice adjustment by Saquon in the end zone too to make this grab.
It really was, and again, our up back there, number 12, not lined up in the best of places for this play, but anyway, the play was probably really. The first read, again, it's really similar to the one we ran earlier on the other side. The first read is going to be number 12 in the flats, but he gets kind of knocked off his route there, right there. And then, again, Raekwon did a great job of just looking up and hitting Saquon in the corner of the end zone.
Was 12 supposed to take care?
Well, yeah, it didn't develop like we wanted. And again, I think our alignment of him kind of hurt us a little bit, but again, it worked out good. And like I said, Saquon Clark is having a really, really good year.
Yeah, and that was a nice job of Raekwon with the DB on the left side of Saquon.
Yeah, threw it away from the defensive back. Yeah, that's stuff we talk about, and did a great job.
All right, Coach, we've got senior spotlights coming up. We're going to take a quick break if you don't mind. We've got Shairreik Vernon, number 34, and Quentin Kenney, number 50.
Okay.
Senior spotlights. We'll be right back.
Hey Indian fans, did you know you're eligible to join the United First Federal Credit Union? We are your hometown financial institution offering services such as online banking, mobile deposit, free checking, and much more. And if you're in the market to purchase a vehicle, our auto loan rates start as low as 2.99 for those who qualify. We are conveniently located at 3773 2nd Street South in Folkestone. Federally insured by NCUA and equal housing lender.
Folkestone Auto Supply, located at 4439 2nd Street North in Folkestone, Georgia, is owned and operated by the Dasher family. They have everything you need, bumper to bumper, for domestic and foreign car parts. Big truck operators, they have you covered as well with belts, seals, hoses, welding supplies, and so much more. They even have lawnmower parts, blades, and accessories. Stop by today and see the whole crew. Miss Joe, Pam, Little Sammy, Stephen, Dylan, and Big Sammy himself. It's Folkestone Auto Supply.
Folkestone Pharmacy and Electronics, located at 3885 Main Street in the heart of downtown Folkestone. They're Folkestone's original hometown pharmacy with 49 years serving the community. They have everything you need, including household items, prescription medications, high-tech electronics, and much more. Their experienced and friendly staff in the pharmacy and electronics department are ready to serve you. Folkestone Pharmacy and Electronics is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sports. Go Indians!
Welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. We have our senior spotlight segment now with number 34, Shairreik Vernon, and number 50, Quentin Kenney, Coach.
Shairreik and Quentin, those guys have been with us since the junior high days, and both those guys aren't very big players. but they're guys that, again, through the weight program and just sticking with it and being with us, both are getting their chances to play. And, Shairreik's just a really good kid, good student, great kid to have around, because he's always doing the things that he needs to be doing, not just to help him, but to help the football team. And we really appreciate that from Shairreik. And Shairreik's a backup on defense, but he's also getting some playing time on special teams. Shairreik's kind of got a setback this week. He's had some illness. He should be fine, though, and I think he had to miss a couple of days, but hopefully we can get him back out there on special teams. Quentin Kenney, if you saw him up close, you'd think he's not very big at all. He's probably all of maybe 5'6", 175 probably, but he does a great job in the weight room. He's really built really strong, and he had 6 tackles this week. He plays inside linebacker. He really runs well. He's got really good speed, and he's a guy that you look at the size and everything, and you say that's going to be a problem, which it might be a problem this week going against Irwin County, but again, he really runs the football, and he's a tough kid, and he's been real durable. Been a guy that's been everything we hoped he would be this year.
Very dependable. You can count on him to go out there.
Yeah, and we also get him in on some special teams because he does run so well.
Now, he had I believe Quentin had a couple of tackles for loss Friday night.
He did. He really can, he knows with his body size, he has to identify the play as quickly as possible and get to the ball. Because if he's standing around and waits around, he's really not built well enough to fight off blocks to get to the ball. He needs to get the ball for the blocks to get to him.
All right, Coach. Well, there are senior spotlights. Congratulations, guys. Shairreik, Vernon, and Quentin Kenney. We'll see y'all Thursday night. All right, Coach. We're headed up to Irwin County Friday night. Ocilla, #1 team in the state according to the power rankings. That's going to be a battle Friday night.
Well, we hope it's a battle, and we hope we can participate in one. They are a great football team. They're a team that. Probably the best football team out there a year ago. Just, it comes down to you got to win that last game, and it just didn't happen for them. Now, there wasn't no question they weren't good enough. It just didn't happen for them. We've been in situations like that in the past where, having that close and not coming up short. But this football team this year they got looks like it's very focused and very determined to finish this thing off. And I don't see anybody really stepping in their way, stopping them for this. In my opinion, they are the best football team in Class A. And in some people's opinion, they may be as good as anybody in AA and some in AAA. They've got some big-time football players. Number 4, everybody wants to talk about DJ Lundy. Running back and middle linebacker. He's got true running back speed. He's not just a big guy. I mean, he's 5'11", 225, but he's got running back speed. You'll see on film where he actually pulls away from people. He's a Division I prospect. I saw him wrestle this year one time, and there's nobody touched him in wrestling. Very physical, very strong football player. And the other running back, to me, looks almost as big. He's 6'1", a little bit taller and 200 pounds. So again, both these guys outweigh anybody we have on our defense. We don't have many guys over 200 pounds anywhere on our defense. These two guys are really outstanding. But the thing is, as good as those folks are, and they are good, don't get me wrong, they're both all-state players. They're both Division I prospects. And Lundy, number 4, is a junior, so he'll be around another year. The offensive line. The offensive line, to me, is terrific. Their offensive line knows exactly where to go, what to do. They're very well coached. They're big guys. They get you in there tight, and they get the angles, and they get you where they need you to go, and then they run by you. And that offensive line, I think, by far the best offensive line I've seen in quite some time. And I haven't seen nobody. I thought Appleton County's offensive line was good, but this group right here, this 5 right here, is so much better than anything I've seen. On offense, they've scored in 5 games. They scored 172 points. Now the defense is for some reason, maybe you talk more about the offense when you talk about Irwin County, but the defense, I think, is without a doubt you watch them play and you see the angles that they take and how they get to the football. It's a championship defense. We've been fortunate enough here at Charlton County. We've seen championship defenses and championship football teams. We have an idea what they look like. This Irwin County team, it's a championship football team, I think. Defensively, the defensive end, number 21, Marshall. He's somebody that really stands out, big nose guard, and again, so many of these players that Irwin County have, they're key guys, seem like underclassmen. I know that now some of these juniors are great, or seniors are great, like Staley, number 2, but again, they have a bunch of underclassmen starting, so they're probably thinking win this year, win next year type thing, I'm sure, but they're an outstanding football team. We're going to go over, and I told our kids, this is an opportunity for you to play against probably the best team in the state. And against some terrific players, some Division I football players. It gives you an opportunity to line up against them, do the best you can, see how you match up. And that's really going to be our attitude going into it. And again, like I told them, I said, listen, let's start this thing off with let's try to win plays. Let's win plays, and then let's try to win series. And then let's see at the end of the first quarter how we've done and move to the next quarter. It's kind of like to say, how do you eat an elephant? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. I mean, you can't just eat it all at once. And that's kind of our idea about playing a great football team like Irwin County. Irwin County really handled Clinch County. They did. They handled Brooks County, which I thought that would have been a great game, but they really handled Brooks County. And so they're 5-0. Pretty much have already won the region championship, it looks like. So it's going to be a tough football game for us. But again, we're excited for the challenge. That's what this is. It's a challenge to see if we've gotten better from last week and what we can do against the best team in the state of Georgia.
Well, hopefully we'll match up and be there, like you say, series by series, play by play. We'll be there in the fourth quarter, maybe make some noise.
Well, it's just it's going to take us to be patient. We can't lose. We can't spend all of our energy on the first series or the first half even. We've got to stay in this football game for 48 minutes as long as we can. A lot of times when you play somebody like this, it may be you lasted, the first 18 minutes of this game maybe on the clock or whatever. We'd like to try to take this thing as late as we can. We'd like to go in at halftime feeling like, all right, we're in it. Let's make some adjustments and see if we can't build on this a little bit. But again, this is it's a big challenge, big challenge for our kids, and we're honest with them. The film don't lie. They look at the film and they see these 200-pound running backs just knocking people over. It looks like you're playing with your grandkids out there, pushing them down. But again, our players are excited about just getting an opportunity to play the game Friday night and see how we do against the best team in the state.
Right. I know the big matchup will be, you always talk about everything starts at the line of scrimmage. Our D-line, which is pretty good, against their offensive line.
Our defensive line is the best part of our football team. They're not real big, they're not real tall, they're just they're good football players and they do a great job in the weight room. They're going to be going against by far the best offensive line they've ever seen. And from this point on, it's going to be the best offensive line they're going to see from this point on. So they've got a great challenge. And I told them, I said, listen, if you can play with these guys, you got to feel like you can play with anybody that comes down the road.
Yeah. And that'll be a great measure going into postseason because, how these brackets land in the power rank, how all that is.
Yeah.
It all plays out as you move forward. The defensive side of the ball, I know you don't want to give too much of your game plan away, but how do you, like you said earlier, a lot of people don't talk about Irwin's defense. How do you scheme against that?
Well, I think the first thing you got to do is take care of yourself. You got to look at yourself. You got to just, what do we do well? What do we have in our package, and how can we, what can we execute well enough to get first downs? And so, their defense has only given up 40 points in the last 5 games, which is incredible, being the people they played. You got, Clinch County puts up 40 and 50 on everybody, and they only get 3 against these guys. I mean, Clinch County being held to 3 points, that's incredible. And so it's we've got to be sound on the offensive front. Offensive line has to do a great job. They've got to rise to the challenge. It's going to be tough. Their defense is well coached. Hopefully we'll be able to get some first downs and keep the ball and run the clock a little bit and see what we can do.
Gant AC Heat and Electric, located at 141 West Love Street in Folkestone, Georgia. They service all makes and models of air conditioning and heating units, electric and plumbing supplies, blown installation, appliance parts and service, as well as sheet metal products. Gant is a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network, Go Indians, and the Band of Pride. Whistle & Dixie Custom Framing and Unique Gifts and Cafe is located at 3742 Main Street in downtown Folkestone, Georgia. Lunches are served on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come join the fun food and fellowship whether you're a local, tourist, or a Royal fan. We also serve Bluebell ice cream, coffees, and lattes. While dining, feel free to browse around as we also have custom framing, train art, custom t-shirts, and unique gifts. Looking for a real lodging? You can also stay at the Chessy Caboose or the Peaks Cabin. Come see us. Charlton Electric, now serving Charlton and surrounding counties. With over 20 years experience in both commercial and residential services, our electricians can meet your needs. We offer installation on whole house generators, service upgrades, mobile home services, troubleshooting, ceiling fan and light fixture installations, and much more. Call us today for an estimate at 912-276-7661.
All right, Coach. After we come back from Irwin, before we go to Irwin, we have some B team action right here tomorrow.
We got B team tomorrow here in the swamp at 5 o'clock. It says on the poster 6, but it's 5 o'clock against West Nassau. In the past, last year we played West Nassau, and the B team, it didn't go real well, and the year before that it didn't go real well. They've got a really good sub-varsity program down there in Callahan, and they're coming up here, and I know we've got some young kids that are banged up, and a couple young kids we've had to pull up to the varsity level. So we're not going to have our best of groups we've had out there in B team. So it's going to be a great experience for them. Biggest thing, and that's what we're trying to do, is give them an opportunity to play game-like conditions and gain experience. Last night the Braves
they had a huge game.
Blew out Fernandina Beach, and they're on their way to an undefeated season, possibly. They got one more game over next Tuesday in St. Mary's. If they can go over there and beat St. Mary's, and they'll have an undefeated season. That's what should be great.
I know Coach Larry Carter's proud of those young men over there.
They've done. It's a good group. It's a group we're excited about seeing come up.
I know. I imagine you're ready for them.
Yeah, we're ready for them.
That B team.
Ready for them now.
Hey, Coach. Friday night, we need a Road Warriors kickoff 7:30. Got to be over in Ocilla for a big one.
It's a big one, and it's a great challenge. And it's we're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn a lot about our football team, regardless of the outcome of this thing. And I think the experience is going to make us better, no question, because this is your best football team in the state, and it's a team that's favored to win it all, no question. And if we can line up with them and compete with them,
right,
that makes us feel good for the road ahead. So
right.
That's kind of where we stand.
Sounds good, Coach. Well, we'll see you Friday night. We're going to carry it live, and because Charlton always travels well, but we need everybody there on the visitor side. Friday night in Ocilla. Thank you for watching the Coach Mack Show. We'll see y'all tomorrow here. B team versus West Nassau, Friday night in Ocilla, Georgia. Thank you for watching.